insane.
That was ridiculous. How was the hike?
So hard.
So hard. Oh yeah, welcome. What's up, world? Good morning. It's me and Tati. We're on our way to the bus stop. We're about to start the Salcantay trek. So we got up bright and early before the crack of dawn in search of a bus stop, which we found here next to La Rose Sangucheria. Basically, the name of the game is wait for the bus to get full, pay 20 soles, and catch a ride up to Moyepata, which is exactly what we did. So once in Moyepata, we were able to catch a ride with one of these local taxi drivers up to Chayacancha, where the trail starts. Cost us another 20 soles each, and I think it was about an hour ride up the mountain, maybe hour and a half, with beautiful views of what was to come. Once in Chayacancha, we bought our tickets for the Salcantay trek at this stand, 20 soles each, stocked up on some water, considered getting some food at the restaurant here, and we continued on our way. Here we are, starting the trail to Soraipampa from
Cachapampa.
Cachaya, no,
Cachapampa.
Chayacancha. From Chayacancha to Soraipampa. Here we go. We're making our way up and over. I think it's 10 or 12 kilometers to get to the first campsite. With the snow-capped peaks becoming an ever more prominent part of the backdrop, we knew we were getting pretty close to Soraipampa. There's some tents. Once down the hill, we found ourselves at Refugio Nacho, one of the most famous places to stay, Nacho's Refuge. I guess it's pretty popular because, as you can see, they have everything you need. Water, snacks, hats, repellent. And the room we got came at a good price too. We got a private room for 2 people, with showers, breakfast, and dinner included for 60 soles each. If you want Wi-Fi or hot water, you pay 10 soles extra. After taking a rest for about an hour, we decided to continue on our way to Lake Umantay. We left most of our stuff in Nasto's Refugio, the hostel. Now we're gonna make our way up to Lake Umantay. Umantay. Kumantay. Let's go. So we came from down there in the valley. You can see this green area over here. It's quite a climb. I was super surprised at some of these people climbing. But then I think I realized most of these people went up on horses. So it makes a lot more sense.
No, es que no soy.
I'm just saying, some of these people surprised me for real, but now I understand. Here come the horses. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude or mean, but people of all ages and shapes and sizes, and I was surprised. Tati says you're not a nice guy. We almost made it.
Yeah.
Close to the top.
He's ready.
Feeling strong. Unstoppable. Look, here we go. It's a popular spot.
I tell you.
Very popular. Look at the masses of people. I'm sure tomorrow, once we get on the real trail, there won't be nearly as many people. I guess. We'll see. After a short but arduous hike to the lake, we decided to escape the crowds and continue hiking up a little bit higher for a better view and some silence. Enjoy. We got a long way down. It's not so long, it's just steep. We'll be there in no time. I think. Let's do it. Here we go. Having spent a few hours at Umantai Lake, we decided it was time to head back down the mountain to the hostel as it was getting close to dinner time. When we made it down, we were right in time for dinner, which was a typical soup with rice, potatoes, and salad, and some kind of protein. We happily gobbled it up and made our way to bed as we had the longest day waiting for us tomorrow, day 2, 21 kilometers. Alright, good morning. It's early, 5 a.m., breakfast at 5:30. We get on the road at 6, hopefully. Time for a big day. You ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Here we go. Hopefully, we got 20 kilometers. What's that? 12 miles going through these mountains up and around. Let's go. So here we are, slightly nervous about the climb. I think we'll be alright, but we do have some doubts. Mostly because we see so many people on horses. That's the right vibe. Giddy up. Here she comes. Lo hiciste. Estás fuerte.
Eso me costó.
¿Te costó? So yeah, making our way to the top of the Salcantay Pass was no easy feat. On the way up, we saw people huffing, puffing, hands on their knees, taking oxygen in bottles. So yeah, we decided to take a seat, catch our breath, because we knew we had a long and rocky road down to the next village. Coming up was only 1/3 of the trip. We had another 2/3 of the distance to go. I'll tell you guys, it's straight up and straight down on day 2. So yeah, as you guys can see from the images, day 2 was long and hard, but the saving grace was the change of landscape. It was amazing to see how quickly we went from the dry, snow-capped mountain to the lush, thick, mosquito-filled rainforest. And at the end of the day, we made it. Upon arriving in Chao Yai, we found the first hostel that we could, booked a reservation for the night, and took our boots off, took some showers, and rested up. It was the hardest day of the trek, and we were extremely happy for it to be over. Alright, y'all, so day 2 was quite the challenge. 20 kilometers, straight up, straight down. I think we made it up to 4,700 almost, and then we descended probably 2,000 feet. 2,000 meters, excuse me, mega descent. To arrive here, we got this hostel for 60 soles each. It's maybe $15. Includes breakfast, dinner, Wi-Fi, and hot showers. pretty good deal when you consider where we are. Alright, we're back on the road. Had an early breakfast. Showers last night, they were hot and magnificent. Here we go. Got 18 kilometers today. Another long day. Should be beautiful though. This one's really steep. I'm trying it Andean style, just gotta run with it. Wow, what a climb. ¿Cómo estuvo eso? Tenso. Sí, muy difícil. Straight up again, this way. So day 3 was the shortest day, marked with rolling hills, lots of cute animals, butterflies. Not to mention on day 3 we walked some of the sketchiest parts of the whole trail. We had some sheer cliff faces that were frightening to say the least. You'll see those here in a few minutes. We were told today's hike was going to be flat, a gentle downhill for 18 kilometers. But turns out it's Incan flat, which means undulating, rolling up and down. Not really so flat.
It was 7 kilometers.
Nice. How long has it been?
2:20.
2 hours and 20 minutes. Not bad for Incan flat. Pretty sketchy bridge. How are you?
Great.
How's the hike so far?
Nice.
Nice?
Yeah, not like yesterday. I think
Not like
yesterday was
yesterday.
really hard, but today it's really nice.
It's more like just walking a little
And
bit.
chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not too steep,
Yeah, exactly.
but definitely not flat like he told us.
Yeah, no.
No,
not
it's
flat.
It's like this all the time.
Yeah, up and down,
Yeah.
up and down.
Oh, it's posing for you.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Check out those
Oh, yeah, he's
dreads.
posing.
Oh yeah. Hey buddy. Life. Wild granadillas by the hundreds.
Don't waste to die. Oh
Gotta
no.
get your first granadilla in your life. My first
How
granadilla.
you feel?
Is this ripe?
Yeah, it looks like. Yeah.
That's the
Definitely a
one.
granadilla, yeah, for
This is
sure.
granadilla. Oh, it's my first granadilla.
A wild granadilla.
So if you think these orange Cheeto puffballs are frightening, just wait until you see the next part of the path, which was dangerous and distressing. This part of the trail requires you to walk along this type of terrain for maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Apparently the trail wasn't always like this, but in the rainy season this year, there were some landslides, and this is what was left. So yeah, not for the faint of heart. Go there knowing. What?
Insane.
That was ridiculous. We basically just walked along the side of this mountain. I think you can see over here. We came around that bend. But like all the way from over here, this other white spot, all the way along the side. That was sheer concentration, adrenaline. Really, that's one slip and you're dead for about a quarter mile maybe. Then I'm pretty sure we took the right route. Whew. Whoa, Salcantay is not a joke. So after crossing some sketchy and stressful terrain, stopping various times for snack breaks, we started seeing signs that we were getting closer to our destination, Lukmabamba. We made it. Estoy muy cansado. Muy cansadito, sweaty. But we made it to Lukmabamba. Gonna stay here, I think. 70 soles for the night. Breakfast, dinner, Wi-Fi, private hot showers. The works. Drama alert.
Yeah.
So here we are in Lukmabamba in our hostel. We decided to pay with the card when we realized
I don't have the card or my passport or not enough money.
yeah, her money, her passport, and her cards are gone. So we started thinking, when do we see them? And at the last village, the one right before Lukmabamba, we stopped for the bathroom and she stopped to pay someone where she had money and her passport. Well, she left her backpack outside the door, and while she was in the bathroom, I saw a girl like kind of touch the backpack and then run up the hill. So we did some investigations, we made some calls. Turns out the girl stole her passport and her cards and her money. Now they're on their way here, her and her dad, to return the goods, hopefully.
But that is a good thing.
Yeah, finding it is good because otherwise we were stuck here with no money. I only had dollars in Cusco. And she doesn't have a passport. She couldn't visit Machu Picchu. So let's hope that
Are you thinking, how are you going to leave Peru?
yeah, we're going to be able to leave Peru. So hopefully we can find it. Hopefully they show up with the goods. And we will not get the police involved, I guess. But we'll be letting you guys know where to look out in that village. They told us, actually, be careful here. People steal stuff. What do you know?
Yeah, that was super crazy.
Yeah, someone really stole something in the same village where we were warned. So now we're warning you. We got the money, we got the cards. Woo! Muchas gracias. Happy to have recovered our things. We started day 4, which I was thoroughly confused about, as I thought it ended in Yactapata. As you'll see soon, now is just the beginning of this day's long, long hike. How's the climb?
Difícil,
Difícil.
but enjoyable.
Enjoyable. Party people. Hola, how's the hike? How's the hike? You guys are crushing it. There they go, up, up and away. Here comes the man carrying their stuff. Such a nice hike. Feels like a real jungle. Mosquitoes are pretty real as well. Don't forget your repellent.
Oh, mira.
So we made it to Yactapata, which would normally give you your first view of Machu Picchu, but on this occasion a forest fire obscured our view, heightening our anticipation. So it turns out there's a forest fire. Those aren't clouds, that's smoke. The whole area is covered in smoke. Incan style, Andean style. What are we doing?
Basically running.
Running? Why are we doing it?
Para no resistir mucho con nuestras rodillas.
Exactly, we're not trying to resist gravity with our knees.
Inca ways.
Inca way, yes. These trails are, 45% grade, up to maybe 60 sometimes. Pretty steep. I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Why do some of the people here run down the mountain?
It's much better for the knees.
It's better for the knees.
If you run, it's much better for the knees, and you can wait to regroup.
There you have it. Yes, success.
We made it. I mean, I'm happy, but I'm totally in pain. Not totally, but that was difficult.
That was difficult. Yeah, I'm also in pain. I'd say the knees. I mean, I don't know if they hurt, but I feel them. You know what I mean?
Sorry that this is scary. A little.
That was not comfortable at all. Maybe you can see how I was walking. I was like, what the? Oh. So this part of the track is hot under the direct sun. No shade. Still lots of mosquitoes. Oh. Muy poca energía, she says. Yeah, there's supposed to be somewhere to get some food down here. We're looking forward to lunch number 3 after this day. In case you get confused like I did.
I mean, it's a
It's A2. We're here. And the man told us that at our pace we won't make it to Aguascalientes for another 3 hours. So we're not as close as we thought. But we've made it to Machu Picchu. I don't think words can really describe how elated we were to finally be arriving in Aguascalientes after this never-ending day. Unfortunately, we weren't done yet, and we were so tired and so hungry that we forgot to really film our lunch. This is where we ate. It was great. I think we paid 15 soles each, and we continued on our way. Here we go. Going up again. What'd you say? Oh, I'm hearing things because I'm so tired. Are we gonna make it before the sun goes down?
maybe.
Maybe. Very honest answer. Let's see. I've got to put this camera away. The mosquitoes are killing me. last stretch of day 4's hike was gruesome and brutal. It was unsightly, flat, plain, full of mosquitoes. And I think the pain was made worse seeing all the people pass by happily in the train. What did you say?
This is so crazy.
We just asked the guy, how much longer? Oh, 1 hour. But I think he was Peruvian, so we got another 2 hours to go. Yeah, trust me.
No, please no. ¿Cómo vas?
Good. Surviving.
Dude, I'm dying.
Surviving. I'm still alive.
Yeah.
Champion spirit.
Yeah. We are almost done, but oh, this is muy difícil.
I probably fought off about 75,000 mosquitoes in the last hour. It's the hands. Oh, my knee's been dead for 3 days, but it can't get stuck. But we're making it. We're here. Oh, we made it. Woo! Yeah, Tati.
Yeah, we made it. No, it's muy difícil.
That was probably the hardest thing we've done since
Yeah.
Santa Cruz.
No.
Maybe in our lives. For me, it was, I'd say, top 3 hardest things I've ever done in my life. Physically, it's okay, but when your knees start to hurt and you have to keep going, it takes some mental endurance. Oh, my hands are swollen like potatoes. Oh. Alright, here we are. Day 6 technically, but 5th day of hiking.
Yeah.
Gonna go to Machu Picchu right after we have some lunch. How you feeling?
Excited.
Excited. Machu Picchu. I'm excited too. We gotta hike, avoid the mosquitoes, but we'll be back. So as you can see, the bus to go up to Machu Picchu is pretty popular. Costs you $12 each way. We decided to skip it and follow the buses up the mountain on foot. Hola.
¿Por Machu Picchu?
Sí.
Tickets.
Dale. Ladies, how was the hike?
It's tough.
It's tough, but it's worth it.
Yeah. It's so worth it.
Awesome. How was the hike?
It's so hard.
So hard. All right. Epic.
Wait, I also
Oh yeah, welcome to
Did you know
Machu Picchu.
Mine's so
Salcantay. Some cool stairs. After trudging our way up 1,000+ stairs, we saw the crowds and entered into Machu Picchu. Happy to have finally arrived. Go! Yeah! If you don't take the train from Aguascalientes to Hidroelectrica, you gotta walk back. Same road we walked down. Going back. Chilling with the dogs. ¿Qué te pareció la aventura, el viaje, Machu Picchu y todo?
Muy difícil.
Muy difícil.
Muy bonita.
¿Lo recomendarías?
O sea, sí, pero si estás preparado físicamente.
Okay.
O sea, creo que te tienes que preparar un poquito. Conocimos bonitas personas, como Kiara y Cristina.
Sí.
Comimos rico.
Comimos muy rico. De acuerdo.
Vimos paisajes espectaculares.
On our long hike back to Hidroelectrica, we were accompanied by these angelic dogs. They must have felt our need for some uplifting energy, as we were completely exhausted. They accompanied us almost all the way back down the train tracks to the final destination, which we were elated to see. Terminamos.
Oh, sí, por fin. This is so hard. Oh.
Gracias. Yes. It was a long hike. So we'll get the taxi back to Cusco, not a taxi to Colectivo. And we have a few days left in Peru. Gonna relax, maybe get a massage. And see you guys soon.